All right, JV, what's going on, man?
Oh, morning, normal Monday stuff. Not being able to talk.
I mean, I know the feeling, bro.
It's
Me
been
every
a long
week.
day.
Why do we do a podcast and we can't talk? What sense does that even make?
I don't
Whose
know.
dumb idea was
I
this?
don't know. It was one of us. A 50-50 credit on that.
Yes. All right, man. Well, it is Monday, and
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
this is the first time on the pod ever we're both rocking polos, man. What's going on here, dude? Little business work.
Got my Callaway on, homie.
That is very
Callaway.
nice, bro.
Yeah.
I got my little Panthers going on here.
$100 shirt. Paid like $20 for it at Marshall's, though.
Yes.
I don't have to spend that much money on clothes.
Love me some damn Marshalls. Love me some damn Marshalls. People are like, "Yo, man, you got to get that new. We're gonna go to the Panthers game, man. You got to get that Nike's Panthers polo, man. It's the official team gear."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll go with this off-brand company with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Looks
I
like
don't
the same logo I got.
just upside down, right?
Yeah.
Like I'd rather go with that and just have the Panthers logo and be cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have the Nike check, guys.
Oh, man.
They didn't let me in the game.
They didn't have an official
Didn't
NFL shirt.
have the official, man. Official. But I'm glad things are going well, man.
Yeah. How about you? How's your Monday going so far?
Oh, it's a Monday to not remember.
Okay.
Yeah, just work, kicking my booty.
Yeah.
But not bad, man. I'm alive. I'm here. And just really excited, man. We have a good pod in store for the crew, man.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, jump to some movie news, brother.
Movie news. All
Yeah,
right.
man, let's
All
get
right.
it.
All right. Let's go. I forgot where the button.
We got a new button, guys.
That's the wrong button. That was the wrong button.
We don't know what we're
Wrong
doing.
button.
We're trying new stuff here, guys. We got some movie news for you.
Yeah.
Ooh. See that
All right.
fade right there?
Yeah, that's good.
Fire. All right, man. So, according to Insider, Tom Cruise is reportedly out for blood about Mission Impossible 7 getting bumped from IMAX theaters by Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's new movie about the guy who made the atomic bomb.
Gotcha.
Bro, I sent you this article yesterday. Thoughts?
Was it yesterday or like this morning?
Sure. It was less than a week ago. We'll put it like that.
I mean, the man wants to get everything out of his movies. So, of course, he's going to be upset when his plans are, not quite going the way he wants them to.
But, like, according to this and other sources, that he is jockeying, lobbying, going to, like, Regal, Cinemark, like all these theaters and these executives and being like, yo, MI7 needs to get first run over Oppenheimer. Now, I'll put it like this. These are two big movies of the summer.
Right.
Oppenheimer, any Christopher Nolan movie that comes out is going to be just like, let's go. Everybody's going to flock to the theaters for it. And obviously, Tom Cruise in his Mission Impossible movies, that's his bread and butter, and that's what he enjoys doing. He puts his heart and soul in it. I mean, the first day of filming for MI7, my man took a bike over a cliff. He comes prepared.
That's pretty. I mean,
he comes prepared. I feel him in regards to, he wants this to be the biggest movie. He wants this bigger than Top Gun Maverick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this is another. Well, it's another one of his babies, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was about to say this is his baby, but Maverick was as well.
Yeah.
Or Top Gun. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily like I don't know the morale of Hollywood, right? Is this okay to do? Is it, hey, step aside kind of thing? I don't know, but it's Tom Cruise, so he's probably going to get it figured out.
He's probably going to get his way. It's Tom Cruise. He does whatever the hell he wants to do, right? He made like the biggest movie last year in the box office, so he's probably going to get his way. But it's also Christopher Nolan, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so it come to find out that Oppenheimer is going to be his first rated R movie since Insomnia, yes, with Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, not Robert De Niro, Al Pacino and Robin Williams. Excuse me,
Gotcha.
different R. His first
R.
rated R movie, so we're kind of excited of like the flavor that he kind of brings to this rated R movie here.
Right.
It's gonna be huge, man. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, since I was in Vegas last March and lost a lot of money.
You grew a little bit, right?
You know, man.
Yeah, a little
Yeah. Never taking my money again.
Personal growth.
Don't put it all on black, okay? 5 minutes in, okay?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
put it all.
guess I'm gonna go home.
I guess this is a quick trip.
Get some money wired to me so I get to the house. Get back home.
Hey, Javi, can I get a money gram from you, brother? But if I was a betting man, because it's a rated R movie, Oppenheimer, yes, Mission Impossible is probably going to do better numbers as far as like total box office.
Yeah, because everybody's ready.
Yes, everybody's ready. It's also PG-13, so more people can go see it.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer is obviously going to be the more critically acclaimed movie because it's not a spy action film. It's actually like grounded in reality because it really did happen.
Yeah.
But as far as just like the IMAX theaters itself, I do appreciate that one, Christopher Nolan is still old school, uses film stock like Tarantino, Scorsese and stuff, and wants to, uphold that look and feel. And I do appreciate Tom Cruise as well of doing that with his films.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing, keep cinema alive. And one way you do it is use the old school methods. But yeah, Tom Cruise movie is going to make more money naturally. But Oppenheimer is going to be a better movie overall. Plus we're going to get a Dead Reckoning Part 2. So, Part 1 is like a little taste. You know what I mean? Just a little taste. We get the Dead Reckoning Part 2. It's going to be like, oh my God, this is the filet mignon here.
That seems to be a thing going on with the movies that have come out in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Is like a continuation.
It all started with damn Dune. Remember when we were in Dune? Yeah. It'll be like it just says like we went into the movie and it's supposed to be Dune, right? Yeah. But it's like Dune Part 1. What the? I'm not gonna get a full movie here.
But it was Part 1 was long.
Part 1 was very long and very awesome, and had Oscar Isaac.
Yeah,
like this movie. And
then we had Fast X. That ended on the cliffhanger.
God. You know what? I tried to forget that. Thank you, Javi.
It ended on the cliffhanger. Dom was about to Aquaman that dam that was busting.
He actually was going to get in his DeLorean, is what he was going to do, okay? And go back in time and apologize to Dante and be like, I didn't mean to do this.
Yeah.
Why he's rocking his Groot voice back in the past, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what he's doing there.
Well, it wouldn't be a DeLorean. It'd have to be a Charger. Time machine.
Okay,
he's not going to drive a DeLorean.
He's
Come on.
not going to drive a DeLorean. You're right about that.
Not his style. But, and then, obviously kind of like this movie, the Spider-Verse one.
Yeah, like
kind of
a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And you know what? When this was first told to us, we were getting Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and we'll go, obviously it's our movie of the week, so we'll talk about it a lot more. And then they were like, actually, we're going to split it up in 2 movies. We're going to get Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and Part 2.
Wow.
And we'll talk about actually what's happening moving forward, which is really cool. I like how they changed it up on us again. Overall, Tom Cruise, I love your fight, and I love that you're pissed off about it, but there's just something that Christopher Nolan just kind of wields as far as that momentum when it comes to, especially with IMAX. He's been using IMAX for almost a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
So he just has that power, guys.
Well, we will see.
What are your thoughts about Tom Cruise flipping out again, guys? Something. We'll throw this on our socials, guys. This is brought to us from Business Insider. Hocus Pocus 3 is in the works.
Mm.
The news comes at the heels of the sequel success on Disney Plus last year. We briefly talked about this movie, didn't we? We didn't review it.
No.
I think we briefly talked.
I know
about
we definitely talked about it in some.
Like we were
fashion.
okay. So leading up to, we were actually pretty hype.
Yeah.
Because the first one's just so iconic.
Well, and the trailer was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good trailer. Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited about a third one. The second one, you know, as we talked about, had its funny moments, but it wasn't like it was what you expected to be as a movie of this time, I guess.
Yeah.
When the first one was like just, you know, did whatever they wanted to do pretty much.
The 90s were a wild time.
Yeah,
guys,
very
okay? We grew up in a wild time.
Yeah, so number 3, I'm not too excited about it. When it rolls around, I may watch it, but
unless, like, I think I remember saying, and I don't want to go back to, back to the past to see what, past Clyde said, but
right.
If they did a third one and it was when they were the girls.
Oh, yeah, we talked about a prequel.
Like a prequel.
Yeah.
Now that would be dope, but we have Bet, Sarah, and Kathy all signed on for the third one. So, I recommend them go back and forth at least. Do a Christopher Nolan type thing where you're going back and forth within time.
Yeah, because, I mean, they could come in at any future time. It doesn't have to be connected to anything.
Yeah.
It could be just a random time as they were growing up.
Yeah. But I don't know if I told you this at the time, and I fell asleep on the second one a couple times. And then,
that makes sense.
And then I woke up and they were all like, "Oh, we're sisters. Let's poof vanish and we're cool again."
Yeah.
It was just like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, it was not a good.
So
time.
I caught some Z's.
But good time to do it.
Good nap at a good part in the movie.
And you supposed to say you didn't miss a whole lot.
All right, team. Are you excited for another Hocus Pocus movie? We're going to throw this on our socials. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think it should focus on the older, the adult sisters, or the young girls that played them from the past, the beginning of the second one? So, yeah, let us know your thoughts.
All right.
Welcome to this episode of Movie in a Pod. I am Clyde Smith.
And I am Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we are discussing the trailers for God is a Bullet. Back on the strip in our movie of the week. That's right, you guessed it. I'm Spider-Man. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Let's go. All right, team. So we got some trailers here for you. We got a little God is a Bullet. I don't really know what this movie's about, but it's from the guy from Nick Cassavetes, who did, you ready for this?
What's that?
The Notebook.
Doesn't excite me. Let's go.
But then we got Back on the Strip, which has Wesley Snipes, Kevin Hart, and Tiffany Haddish. So a little strip club comedy. So, guys, we have a link tree.
Yes,
you see it in the show notes.
Yes.
I'm trying to get better at this for Javi, so he doesn't beat me after the pod. But guys, all that information is on there. Check it out on our YouTube. You get full trailer reactions, and you see how awesome we are. Hot shit.
I thought
it was gonna be a Nelly song.
Hello?
Grill pub.
Christmas time. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. I was not expecting that.
What are we watching?
We just threw out the window?
Jeez.
Alrighty.
That's how you open up a movie right there. That's how you start a trailer.
I think I know who took your daughter.
Guy from Game of Thrones.
Colt, for Christ's sake. You really think this person is trustworthy? I lost my wife. I lost my daughter.
Forget about the authorities tracking your daughter down. If you want her back, you got to get her yourself.
Where's my daughter?
She's the one that got
She was
thrown in
alive 2 weeks ago.
the that Jamie
Why
Foxx?
Jamie Foxx look
She
all
has to
ashy?
see what I did when they took me. It would be like nothing you can imagine.
What is happening?
Oh, no, it's full creep show though.
Movie It?
You didn't say anything about tattoos.
Imagine if I showed up at your little church looking like this.
Man, she's got a point.
Yeah.
Really shouldn't be following us, man. Stupid. Now you're gonna show the ladies some respect.
Oh no.
They bring children here. In the end, they're killed. They keep some like me.
Let's send Cyrus a message.
Okay.
Have to go.
Death wish? Where's my daughter?
Liam Neeson on him.
Clearly.
You're crossing over.
Boy.
You better watch yourself. I've tasted a lot of blood lately, and I'm not sure I got a full stomach yet.
Ugh. Have that.
Oh.
Kill all of them.
You legit barbecue him?
Yeah.
I wear it!
Oh Jesus.
Take a look. This is God.
Alrighty.
Well, we have
That was something.
God as a bullet. According to IMDb, when Vice Detective Bob Hightower, and that's a name right there, finds his ex-wife murdered and daughter kidnapped by a satanic cult. Bob is frustrated by bumbling, botched official investigation. Bob quits the police force, gets tattoos, and infiltrates the cult to hunt down the charismatic cult leader, Cyrus. With help of the cult's only female victim escapee, the brilliantly damaged Case Harden, Bob is led down a rabbit hole to save his daughter, and Case seizes the opportunity to claim back her power from the cult that took so much away from her. We only get these long synopses when it's based on a book.
Yeah, I was about to say that was one of the longest ones we read.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's I guess it's like it's kind of, it says based on a book, so is it based on a true story?
I think it's fiction, so
Gotcha.
no.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this one.
This is like
pretty intense though.
It looks very intense, and like I will say, like, it's difficult for me to stomach movies like this, right?
Right.
Because obviously there is evil like this out in the world in
yeah.
real life.
Oh yeah.
I just don't have the stomach for it, right?
All right.
To kind of see all of this. It's scary. It literally is. But this guy goes down that rabbit hole to obviously save his daughter, and it looks like Taken. It looks like the movie Ransom. It looks like it pays a lot of homages to a lot of things that we've seen in the past. Death Wish is another one as well. They said that in the trailer. But I will probably skip this one in the theater.
Yeah.
This to me like reminds me of like the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix in regards to like I only seen that movie one time and I can't watch it again.
Okay.
This is kind of gives me that vibe too, where like because if I do go to see it, then I'm just gonna walk out like distraught and
yeah.
I don't go to the movies for that.
Right. You go for a good time, and this is more of a you want to be able just to stop watching it if you want to stop watching it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't pay for it, so you're just going to be chilling. If it's too much, move on to something else.
Yep.
Yep.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
That's the next one on this.
It's the next one on in the queue, bro.
I got you.
I don't know how they got side by side, but
Yeah.
you know, anything by Paul Rudd, really.
Oh yeah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That works better. Guys, so we have God is a Bullet. We'll throw this on our socials. I'll tell you this. I'm not excited. It looks good.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about it myself, and will not see this in theaters, and will only probably see this if I'm not gonna watch this movie at all, guys. I don't know where I was going with that. This is not gonna be something I'm gonna watch.
Gonna pretend like that's gonna happen.
This is not gonna happen, guys. Let us know your thoughts about God is a Bullet. Are you excited about this? Have you read the book? Talk to us, team.
So you think about putting the band back together, huh? But I don't think that group will work out now.
Stop acting like you don't miss it. I mean, the women, the cheers, the tips, the tips.
I do? But how you gonna do that with your leg?
My dancing days is over, but I got a ringer.
Got a ringer.
I am not a clown. I'm a magician.
You need to tell your face.
Black It.
Boy, when you moving out? I am tired of sneaking men in. The last one I had there was so loud. When I let him come in my back door, I was scared he was gonna wake you
sorry,
up.
what?
I ain't got no back door.
Something you needed.
Mom, thanks, but it's a one-way ticket.
There's only one way you're gonna do this, Merlin. Your way.
Come on.
Once upon a time, we the finest
Mom
male
tried to get her
dancing
freak
troupe
on.
in town. The chocolate chips was a gold mine. Mr. Face, Mr. Body, Mr. Slim Sexy, Dr. X, and the one and only Mr. Big. Why don't you go get ready? You got a tough crowd waiting for you.
You want me to go out there alone and be a stripper? But I'm a magician.
Camp. Ain't no camp in Vegas.
Wait, there is no camp in Vegas.
Good Lord.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
We back in business.
Oh, God.
You haven't talked to the chips in years. How are you going to find them?
Are you out of your
Get the
goddamn
squad back
mind?
together.
Got to be the stupidest idea I ever heard in my life.
Quadruplets. Man, we have fun.
Let's give it up for Dr. Xander Pike.
Sandra's right.
Thus the mask.
This is
It's
so
time for you to get on
dumb.
stage and do it your way.
5, 6, 7.
Take to the left side if he moving right.
This is not a little nonsense. Turn. Without further ado, ladies, the chocolate chips. It's showtime, brother.
Nice.
Hey, let's go with a bang, guys.
Oh Lord. What are we watching? I have no clue what's going on.
Your bangs up, you pile your bangs up too high.
Yeah, he overbanging.
What's over? All right, team. So back on the strip, according to IMDb, after losing the women of his dreams, Merlin moves to Las Vegas to pursue work as a magician, only to get hired as the front man in a revival of notorious black male strip.
That whole sentence was wild.
A notorious black male stripper crew, the Chocolate Chips, led by Luther, now broken. The old domesticated, out-of-shape Chips put aside former conflicts and reunite to save the hotel they used to perform in while helping Merlin win back his girl.
Oh boy.
JV, I know you're a big fan of the Magic Mike series.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
You love striptease. You love Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
And obviously all the Step Up movies.
Yeah,
if
obviously.
if there's dancing in a movie, you're the first one in the theater.
Yeah, those are
I know,
all
man.
top tens.
What are your thoughts, brother? Talk to me.
I think this is going to be, obviously, it's not going to be like a serious kind of like the Magic Mike movies were, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you have seen those? Okay, I was just messing.
I mean, gotta I stay open. Keep an open mind
There we
around
go.
here.
There we
Keep
go.
an open mind around here.
Go, Channing Tatum was chest all out, whatever.
I mean, this is just going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no getting around it. I mean, the people you have in here, the cast. It's a long list of comedians here.
Love it.
On this cast list. I mean, but this trailer start to finish is funny, and we're jumping in and out of a bunch of scenes here, so I can only imagine what's in between.
Yeah.
Right here we're seeing a lot of dancing, a lot of stage stuff, but I think the real good stuff is going to be these guys just talking. and just just giving each other the business, right? They're gonna make fun of each other. They're gonna be making fun of everybody else, and I mean, there's no way it's not gonna be hilarious.
You got to think about it, man. We have somehow we didn't even see Kevin Hart, but Kevin Hart is in this movie.
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Wesley Snipes, Tiffany Haddish, J.B. Smooth, this Spencer Moore the second, Faison Love, Bill Bellamy, Gary Owen, Dr. X, the chocolate chips, and you got Gary Owen, and Gary Owen is that one white dude who's always gonna be in a black movie. He's always gonna be in a black movie, man. He is that guy.
That's why he wears the mask, right?
That's exactly why he wears the mask. But like he was in Ride Along, Think Like a Man, Daddy Daycare, Meet the Blacks. Like what are you doing, bro? You're in a movie called Meet the Blacks. No, man. So just a lot of gifted comedians and actors. This looks like a good time, man. This is one of those, hey, we're in Vegas. We're not in like the glitz and the glamour of Vegas, right? We're maybe on the backside of a struggling hotel, but seeing these guys come together again, man, is going to be really dope.
Is that where they're at? Is that the good ones?
Not the good ones,
Not
bro.
the good ones? Okay. I don't know if that
no
was some
super gloss,
stuff.
okay? No super gloss.
That was an underground tip. Go to the back of the hotel. I got you.
Yeah, man. Slip the guy a 40.
Yeah.
Get you right in there, okay?
Right.
Trying to go see the chocolate chips. Come down this alley.
Yeah.
Come down this alley right here. All right, team. We're going to throw this on our socials. We have Back on the Strip. You excited for this? Another good comedy, black comedy starring Gary Owen, guys. What do you think? Obviously, as our lead.
Yeah.
All right, brother. You ready to jump into this week's movie?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
All right. Actually, before we do that,
all right.
Guess what I watched last night?
Ant-Man, Quantumania.
I did not.
Okay.
I was going to actually, but I did not. I did watch Violent Night.
Nice.
Bro, it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Yep.
And it was corny, okay?
Very much
it was very corny, but like I thought this entire time that he was like this badass, indestructible type. Like I thought he was like he's magical, but I thought he was like indestructible, and he's just like maybe gets beat up a little bit. No, he's just a regular ass man with Christmas powers. Yeah.
Christmas magic, yeah.
Christmas magic that he doesn't even understand.
He's like a Celtic warrior or something like that.
Exactly, yeah.
With just Christmas magic.
With some Christmas magic, so he kind of changes his stars. Knight's Tale, there we go. Boom. Always change your stars. But it was fun though, man.
Yeah,
it was really fun. Like it reminded me of Die Hard. Gave me that like
exactly what it was.
Gave me that like Die Hard at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Which like Die Hard happens at Christmas time. Right? It was dope, man. I really enjoyed it. That's one. I'm with you now. Where that's like you gotta watch that.
One.
You gotta watch it every Christmas moving forward, man. I thought it was really, really dope there.
Or watch it in June. That's cool too.
I mean, I did.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch it again before June again. Before June ends, so we'll go there.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, it was a good time. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
All right, brother. So let's jump into our movie of the week. Like I said, right. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh boy.
All right, team. So this movie dropped this past Friday. And this movie has some different directors than last time. It's got Joaquin Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. It's written by the great Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and David Callahan.
This had $100 million budget. And so far has grossed $208.6 million.
Let's go.
I am not going to list every single Spider-Man that was in this movie.
No, I need them all, damn it. I'm just
messing. You get about 6 people here.
All right.
We have Shameik Moore as Miles Morales, Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy, Brian Henry as Jefferson Morales, Luna Velez as Rio Morales.
Let's go.
Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker. Jason Schwartzman as the Spot. Daniel Kaluuya as Hobie. Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara. And about 8,000 other Spider-Men through this deal here. It's a good time.
Very good time, brother. Very good time. All right, man. So this is the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. Go ahead and give us that quick synopsis, brother.
Miles Morales discovers that he is the anomaly in the Spider-Verse, since the spider that bit him was from another dimension. All the Spider-Men accepted that a canon event, which seems to be a father figure dying, has to happen in order for their dimension to stay intact. Miles doesn't accept this, and this starts the pursuit of all the other Spider-Men from the HQ to try to stop him from saving his father.
All right. You are correct, sire. It's with an E. Don't forget.
All right.
All right, man. So we have here, I like how this movie opened up, man. Right? Because we opened up with the first movie, and there's going to be a lot of parallels of kind of going back and forth, so I apologize ahead of time, guys. I'm not apologizing for shit.
This is our podcast.
Our podcast, damn it. But you know, the first movie opened up with the Chris Pine Spider-Man from the Earth 1610. Follow us here because we're gonna get real nerdy, guys.
Super weird,
real grainy here. But this movie opens up actually with on Earth 65 with Gwen Stacy and how she's kind of dealing with life, and we know through like conversation like in the first movie how, you know, her Peter Parker died and how she is Gwen Stacy and everything, and but we don't know those details, right? Exactly what's going on, exactly what she's struggling through. This Peter Parker is like a legit, like he is canon Peter Parker on Earth 65. He just never gets the spider bite, so he never gets the power, so he stays that way. So the question is this: he's like ridiculously smart still, and has the ability to kind of turn into the Lizard, which he does. In Earth 65, and she ends up by accident killing her best friend.
Yes.
Like just opening up like that, man. It's still the beautiful thing about that is that no matter what, and this is a thing with the Spider-Man people, is like sacrifice is a big deal. Like life and death sacrifices are a big deal in all of these universes, all of these multiverses, all these stories, man. And she has to deal with that as well. And it kind of puts Spider-Woman on the outs with her father, who is the police captain, Captain Stacy, man. Played very, very well by my man, and Shea Wingham. So just did a fantastic job as him. But I like how they opened that up, man. That was just very pivotal. It kind of brings us into the world. We also get her understanding and learning first before Miles knows anything about the multiverse.
Yeah, it really, that like that whole beginning
the
part
whole team, yeah,
that whole beginning part is the like we're catching up on her story before because Miles really doesn't have a story in between the other movie and this point.
There's not,
other than him just missing Gwen.
Yeah, I mean,
basically,
right? You know, he's Spider-Man. He's Brooklyn Spider-Man. He's grew a little bit, but like the focus of these movies, man, I think is just like one, world building, but two, understanding like there's more anybody can be behind the mask. Yeah, that's why Stan Lee definitely put a full mask on Spider-Man. And focus on her was really pivotal. That's going to play big later on. But then we get her with going after an Italian Renaissance vulture. Thought that was dope. And then we finally get to see some cool, more spider people, man. The Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and then Jessica Drew. Just fantastic additions to this here, right?
Yes.
Oscar Isaac as Miguel, Jessica Issa Rae as Jessica Drew, man. And like the voice acting spot on. Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara, man, you loved him and hated him at the same exact time. You thought this guy was a dick,
right?
But also was like, yo, he's the most badass Spider-Man ever, man.
Oh yeah.
And Jessica Drew, she was pregnant. She's pregnant in this movie. You kind of felt that from Issa Rae, where she is motherly, right? She's real like, let me watch over you. Let me be your mentor. But they let her into the society of cool people who stop, anomalies and stuff like that. So,
yeah, it was really fun seeing the different traits of all the different Spider-Man. Like I have a handful that we watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they all have their own personalities, their own skill set, their own look. Like the different dimensions is kind of like we saw in Doctor Strange, where different dimension doesn't just mean it's people somewhere else. It's like a whole different visual.
They use different, the way that they drew these characters were not all of one thing, man.
You could tell they were from all different places.
And you really saw that when we talked about Ben Reilly, Spider-Man, who fired from the 90s. I'll geek out about that later, man. Go ahead and take us into where we are currently at in this movie with Miles Morales, man.
Basically, he is, when we start the movie, he's doing his neighborhood Spider-Man duties.
I'm Spider-Man.
He is
Brooklyn, baby.
He's obviously very smart as well, and he's trying to go to different schools, but he is trying to balance being Spider-Man and being a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He's not doing very well with that. He's definitely struggling, and he finally finally has that thought, like, I really got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's starting to hurt his family. He's starting to hurt his own path. But he finally kind of brings them together when Gwen shows back up.
Yeah.
And then that's when he decides, hey, I'm going to go, this is what I want. I want her. Basically is what he kind of thinks.
So like, I like that you brought that up, man. Yeah, let's just face it, he's in love with Gwen.
Oh, yeah.
He even says it, like, we're the same.
Yeah.
In all the ways that are important or, special or whatever. He's definitely going through it, man. He's a 15-year-old boy, and he's in love, and he can't connect with any other girl at his school or in his neighborhood. The only person that he has ever really connected with on an emotional level has been this Gwen Stacy from a different Earth. I love that that's where we are with him, man. Like, is it puppy love? Or is there something more? You know what I mean?
Jumps universes to go find her.
Yo, ain't no girl ever jumped universes for me. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to get swept off my feet in a different dimension. You know what I mean? Damn.
Yeah, well, it kind of develops. I think she helps him develop into, like, from that 15-year-old boy in love to the Spider-Man who's going to protect his family and his, not really a dimension because he doesn't really care. He just wants to protect his family.
Yeah.
But he does grow up a little bit through this whole thing. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, I know he likes her and everything, but, like, is that going to flourish any more than just this kind of friendship they have? We don't really know that yet.
We do not. What we do know is that he's a sneaky little bastard.
He's a spider.
I'm a Spider-Man. But he also has like you said, a tumultuous relationship with his parents.
Yeah.
I do love that Brian Tyree Henry and Luna Lauren Velez are back as Jefferson Morales and Rio Morales as his parents. Jefferson Morales is African American. His mom's Puerto Rican. So that makes Miles Morales Afro-Latino, Afro-Rican, There's a lot of things that you can say. Probably a lot of it is racist, so I'm not going to continue.
I'm pretty sure everything you said was a little racist.
Probably so. Yep.
It's cool. I'm here, dude.
We're going to get canceled.
We're both here, we're it's okay.
We're in the clear.
Yeah, I think we're all right. Yeah, I think we're good.
Whew, all right. But we got Brian Terry Henry back, and he's just Miles Morales' dad, and he is disapproving of he loves his son, thinks his son is like the smartest kid ever, but also disapproves and thinks he's also the dumbest kid on the planet. Understandably, but wants what he had never had.
Yeah,
his kid, right? And wants his kid on the right path, but also doesn't understand him. But at the same exact time, the Spider-Man story is as old as everything else. You can't really explain, like, you don't feel comfortable explaining that to your parents of this great power that you have.
One thing was like one example. He's like, yeah, you could tell them they have two reactions, like, oh my God, that's awesome. And then another one is like, you've been keeping this from us for a year? That was a good scene that made a lot of sense.
Yeah. But I also loved it when after they defeated the villain at first. It was how he kind of like drops his voice when he's talking to Officer Davis, Officer Morales in this universe, where he's just like, have you ever thought about talking to your son? Like, talking, maybe let his wings fly, right? Like, what are you doing here, bro? But this is great because, like, how often do we get to do that, right?
Yeah.
And be this large figure in the community, in the world, and your dad not know that he's talking to you, right? And you can have so much impact. Mind you, he failed at any impact because he didn't listen to him at all, right? Because he's a dumb kid when he's behind the mask. But I just love that dynamic between the two.
Yeah.
And then we have Rio Morales, the mother and nurse. She is a lot more grounded than Jefferson.
Right.
And she just does not want to see her son grow up. She's seeing him grow up way too fast. She's a little bit more trusting than Jefferson of him, but also like
he's like 15 years old though.
Yeah,
it's still pretty young.
Yeah, of course.
Still very young to be like trying to move away and stuff.
Of course,
that was understandable.
He's only a sophomore in high school, so he had some years.
Yeah.
But I get it. Mom is definitely that more nurturing. She is a nurse for a reason in this story, so she kind of has that aspect where she does not want to see her baby go, man.
Oh no. Nope.
But that's his family. That's his life. That's where he's grounded, and he loves them. But he also feels the need to be Spider-Man, and that's understandable.
Yep.
With great power comes great responsibility, man. All right, we got your boy back, man. Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker / Spider-Man. Talk to me.
One of my favorites out of this movie.
Yeah.
Another one. Jake just has a cool voice, dude. It's always his voice. And you recognize it right off the bat.
Yep.
But he also has a way of talking, like I don't know if it's his voice or the way he talks, but it's like a pretty soothing kind of, like you want to listen to him and you just want to be like, I get it, man.
Yeah.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
Like, even when I understand why they brought him to the scene where he was, where they basically were surrounding him. What is this, an intervention? Right?
Yeah.
They brought you here to make this easier on me. And it's just like, like they really did.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to hide nothing really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this one, he's carrying the baby around, which the baby was awesome as well.
Baby was
they were
very
both
cute.
pretty awesome. Well, you see him a lot different than the one we saw in the last movie.
Yeah.
Now he's a dad. Now he's, he's worried about his daughter and he's worried about his wife. We see him go back home and he's basically, I guess trying not to be part of the fight, but apparently he does take the baby out sometimes for chases and such. And she loves it.
Yeah.
I really liked. I like Jake Johnson's voice. Listen to him talk, and This was really a talking role for him. Like there was a little bit of chasing, but it was more of a dialogue driven role for this one.
Yeah, I loved how he kind of came on the scene as well.
Yep.
And the come on, man, he had me as a mentor. What do you expect? Like,
Yeah.
that's just like like is it Jake Johnson like voice acting, or is it just Jake Johnson from New Girl? You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's just natural with it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just watched a couple days ago. You ever seen the movie Tag? He's in that as well. I highly recommend you watch Tag. I think it's on Hulu or something.
Yeah, I watched a movie of his too that he filmed. I think it was called Leaf.
Yeah,
Did you watch Leaf?
I did not yet. No,
It has J.K. Simmons in it.
we watched that together. No,
Did we?
No, the movie
No, it
where he
wasn't called
went.
Leaf.
No,
What was it called?
It's when whatever.
Did we watch that
We
together?
recorded it, bro.
Did we?
Yes. What is that movie called?
Yeah, I can't remember. I thought it was called Leaf.
Oh my god.
No, you're right. It's
Ride the
yeah, it had
Tiger or
J.K.
something.
Yeah.
It's not called Ride the Tiger.
You're right. We did. That's right. See, you even said you didn't, but you saw it. You didn't know the name of it. Or I didn't know the name of it. I didn't say it right.
It's definitely called Ride the Tiger, man.
It was something weird like that.
It's not called Ride the Tiger at all.
No, I think it was something kind of weird though.
Really gonna annoy me now. But his name was Leaf in the movie.
You're
though,
right. You're right. You're right.
Am I tripping right now?
No, that was a while back.
His name was Leaf. It was Ride the Eagle.
Yeah, I knew it was
It
something.
was Ride the Eagle. Yeah.
You said Ride the Tiger. You're close.
Man,
Tigers and
that
Eagles.
sounds like an
eh?
acid
Pretty
trip. Is what it
awesome.
sounds like if you ride the tiger.
That's right. That was a good flick too.
Yeah, and you
He's
just
always got some good stuff going on.
exactly, man. But he kind of brings that like laissez-faire kind of swag to him. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
it just works, and he brings that to the table. And it was the same way. Did you see the first Jurassic World movie?
Yeah.
Right when he was in the control room, same exact type of swag, man. I really
Yeah,
enjoy him.
He was wearing the Jurassic Park shirts, wasn't he?
Yeah, yes, he was.
The
And he
old
tried
school,
to,
the vintage one.
and like the place was basically coming down, and he tried to hit on a girl, and girl was like, "Oh no, this is not gonna."
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
like kissed her, was like, "Oh no, this is not gonna work." So.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's jump to our villain of the week.
Oh boy.
I did not realize the entire time this was Jason Schwartzman. I was trying to pinpoint.
You thought it was Ryan Reynolds, didn't you?
I didn't. I didn't know. It kind of gave me that vibe.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, no, I would have definitely guessed it if it was like, it sounds like Ryan, but it's not Ryan.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this? So the entire time.
It was just a little off from being Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, but it
I
was
couldn't
also,
figure it out
it
either.
was also a little off from being Jason Schwartzman, though.
Okay.
At the same exact
That'll do it,
time.
yeah.
So I was really confused. I'm really good at like spotting who the voice actor is.
Yeah.
We got a former scientist from Alchemax turned supervillain, villain of the week at first, after an actor whose body is now covered by interdimensional portals that allows him to travel through space and different universes here. Jason Schwartzman plays the Dr. Jonathan Own and / the Spot. I like this as a villain of Miles Morales.
Yeah. Well, he gets a pretty extravagant character arc in this movie.
In like the opening.
Yeah.
The opening. How we're introduced to this character
Yeah.
was just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this guy in a bodega.
Well, he just kept coming back. Like he thought it was over, and every time he thought it was over, he would come back. So yeah, that's where I was lost, like, as to the trajectory of this character. Like,
Yeah.
you came back like 3 times. You left the movie, came back.
But he keeps on like, but he's also like figuring out his powers
Yeah.
as we're going.
Yeah.
Right. As a villain. That's why he kept on saying like villain of the week. You're basically a villain of the week. And you're, as a audience member who have seen comic book movies, superhero movies
Yeah.
before, you're like, yeah, this guy is like, it's also really early in the movie. This guy can't be the villain. This guy can't be. He's too
You're right.
like just dumb.
Yeah,
and
just
cur-
a dude.
just a dude
Yeah.
with spots. He didn't know what the hell he's doing. Spots, you know what I mean? Miles Morales is gonna figure it out, and we're gonna get on with the real villain. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he kept on leveling up,
Yeah.
as the boss sometimes do. I liked Jason Schwartzman in this movie as this role because you felt, one, how pissed off he was.
Yep.
Not pissed off because like of obviously what happened to him, but pissed off because like, take me seriously, right? And Jason has a way to explain that. If you've ever seen the Fantastic Mr. Fox,
I don't think so.
highly recommend.
Okay.
He plays a character in there as one of the young foxes, and nobody takes him seriously, right? And his cousin comes, and his cousin's like this badass.
Yeah.
Same exact thing here, man. And until he has to like actually step up here, so you feel that with him, where it's like, yeah, I'm a supervillain. Like we're alike. We're opposites. I made you. You made me.
Right.
Treat me seriously, and that's all he really wants. And geeking out here a little bit, but typically Spider-Man kind of creates his own demons. He kind of creates his own villains.
You're right.
If
that's kind of the superhero effect, though, right?
That's kind of the superhero effect.
I think Vision explains that.
Yes,
one of the movies.
Yes. It even in The Dark Knight, you know what I mean? Like, would the Joker actually have been there if it wasn't for Batman? Like, you know, we got a masked, winged, horned creature. The only thing that can, like, the villains could do is get like crazy ass clown, right? Yeah. So it's got to have that dichotomy there. He basically created his own demons, and he wanted to be taken seriously. He was not taken seriously, so he gets bigger, stronger, and better as a villain till the whole Spider-Verse society cannot take him down. I don't know of a good name for them. I'm still workshopping it. What do you think? Spider-Verse Society? Spider League?
The Spider League.
Right?
Kind of like the Spider League.
Spider Avengers.
They didn't actually have a name for it, did they? It was just like the Society of Spider-Man or something like that. That's what they just kept saying.
The Spider Justice world. I
still feel like you're making that
nothing.
up. You're still making that up, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just still kind of throwing them at the wall there.
That's fine.
I'm so horrible at it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Oscar Isaac is said to be the leader of the Spider Society.
The Spider Society. Did I say that? Was that a thing I said? Give me points. Give me points.
Sure. Yeah.
You don't remember, do you?
I don't know. I don't know if you said that or not. But that's what it's called. That's what his description calls it.
Okay.
I can't remember from the movie either what it's called. But Spider Society it is.
Good deal. All right. Moving forward here, we have Issa Rae as Jessica Drew / Spider-Woman. Issa Rae, fantastic, hilarious, and just kind of brings, like we talked about earlier, she's a badass who does ride a motorcycle. And she does not maintain a secret identity, but she is a mentor. She's motherly. She is pregnant.
Yep.
And you definitely feel that here, where she wants Spider-Gwen to do, like, let herself be great.
Yeah.
But also, she is tethered to the Spider Society with Miguel, who is on a mission. I feel that, man. I feel that. So she's kind of trapped between the two because you have this young girl, you have this young, 15, 16-year-old girl who is trying to figure things out, and you have your boss, basically, who is like, this is why she should not come. She's going to mess it up.
Yeah.
He agrees anyway. I thought there was going to be more in this movie where, like, hey, Jessica, this is your fault.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When really it's kind of turned more on later on in the movie on Miles Morales and Gwen. So definitely understand that. But Issa Rae did her thing. All right. My two favorite Spider-Man in the movie are the next two.
Okay.
Karen Sony as, and I'm going to butcher this, so I apologize, but it's Pavter Pravkar, Spider-Man India, an Indian version of Spider-Man from an alternate universe, inhabiting from Mumbatan, a portmanteau of Mumbai and Manhattan, who obtained his powers through the magic instead of a spider bite. This kid had swag.
Yes,
okay,
a lot.
First and foremost, man, kid had natural swag, and I like that he used his Indian culture in his outfit as well. Had the hair flowing, dope.
Yep.
Right. Like if I became a Spider-Man, I'd let my dreads just kind of flow out there.
I love how he's like, and I get up and then I don't have to work out because I have these amazing abs already. or whatever he
Yeah,
says.
that's exactly what he said, right? Don't do anything to my hair. Just a little coconut
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flip it back. So, no, just really cool, man. And it's basically the story of Peter Parker, New York.
Yeah.
Earth One, whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
But just we have, and I love it that they didn't tell it, they didn't say it, but they did say it. As far as he's 6 months in, so he's not at that Mary Jane level,
Right.
He's at that Gwen Stacy level right now, and his girl in that universe is the Gwen Stacy because Gwen Stacy's father is the captain,
Right.
And he was the commissioner or whatever, constable, whatever it was. In that, I do like that. There's a lot of good exposition without like literally telling us where we're at with these characters, man. I thought that was really cool there.
Yeah, it really shows you their stories, no matter where they're at, are the same.
They are.
Right.
They
it's
are.
like the same thing happens to each one of them.
It's almost like a rhyme, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like a poem where everything is going to repeat itself. All right. I also couldn't figure out who this voice was, and this pissed me off when I found out this was Daniel Kaluuya, okay?
Gotcha.
Hobart Hobie Brown as Spider-Punk, a black British punk rock version of Spider-Man from an alternate universe that is ruled by a totalitarian regime and uses guitar as his main weapon. Obviously, badass.
Yeah.
Just like when I thought this character, when I was looking at this character and like watching him on screen and everything, my first thought was like, this is Javi's favorite Spider-Man of the movie, no doubt.
He was super awesome.
Yeah, he was super awesome.
His look was like a like punk rock magazines.
Yeah,
and I love it. As he went through the movie, like I don't know if you noticed, but like the colors changed.
Yeah,
all the different things changed about him, kind of depending on where he was at. But yeah, he came in just cool. Coolest dude in the society.
As my man Stuart Scott used to say, rest in peace. Cooler than the other side of the pillow. Okay, definitely did, brother. But I was really mad when I got to the end of the movie and I was like, got on Wikipedia and IMDb and I was like, shit, that is Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have got that, man. But he was really cool. I love the dichotomy because him and Gwen are really good friends.
Yeah,
probably like as close to. She still has an emotional connection to Miles. That's why she goes to see him.
Yep.
But she kind of fills that void with Hobie.
Yeah.
But at the same exact time, when they're all three together, right? Miles is a little jealous.
Yeah.
Right? What do you mean you stay over there?
Yeah. And Hobie's just super cool.
He's just super cool, right?
He's like once he kind of does, Miles does his thing when they're together. He's like, that was really cool, dude. That was awesome.
Yeah.
They become kind of a respect thing at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you look even cooler with your mask. Oh, how do you do that? I've always been cool, mate.
Yeah.
Just really fun, man. All right. We got Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. Talk to me, brother.
Oscar Isaac, he's got that thing, even we don't get to see him.
Yeah.
We're just listening to his voice where
you see him. You just visually see him.
Yeah, you can
in the
feel,
intensity.
Yeah, you can feel his voice, like the way he's wanting to get it across. He does a great job with the voice acting. But this Spider-Man, he's a ninja vampire, which
I know very little of Spider-Man 2099.
I'm just reading on the wiki here. He's a ninja vampire.
All right.
Because we see him like, I guess he was gonna bite the vulture.
Yeah.
Like we see him like I think he take his mask off, and then we see his fangs and all this stuff.
Yep.
And then it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's the last time we really see that.
I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I think there is a series for Spider-Man 2099.
I read all about it last night.
Okay.
Yeah. I read all about it last night.
It's not Oscar Isaac though, I assume.
No.
Yeah. But he was super awesome too. I mean, like you said, with it being this voice and really feeling this character, you really want to. I want to explore this character more.
I want a Spider-Man 2099 movie, live action.
Yeah,
right. I would love to see that, man. He's different.
Yeah.
Than all the other. He even says that, like, I'm a lot different than the rest of them. Where, that is to be explored, man. He's probably the most out there type Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In the multiverse. Other than like Spider-Pig or whatever, but maybe they should team up.
Which is one of my favorites as well. Was it Peter Porker?
Peter Porker, yeah.
He was there at the end.
He was there at the end. Yes. But yeah, no, Oscar Isaac did his thing, man. But he's the one who is dead set on making sure that these events happen or don't happen. You know what I mean? And that was just really, you just felt Oscar. He's just such a fantastic actor, and he brought it in this movie. And he was relentless.
Yeah.
Miguel O'Hara as Spider-Man 29 is a badass, and he's relentless and does whatever he needs to do to get the job done. But this is Miles Morales' story, ladies and gentlemen. He's about to do his own thing. He literally says that. I thought that was dope. And then does his Venom punch thing on him. Just absolute fire.
And you also see that the only person that really can get through to him too is Jessica Drew.
Yeah.
Like we see her when they bring on Gwen, like, hey man, we need to do this.
That's his number 2, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, he does kind of just not listen to her after a while, but is what it is.
Peter B tries.
Yeah.
Peter B definitely tries. It's like, man, just hold the baby, bro. And I love how stoic Miguel is the entire thing. He's just holding the baby. Just here you go, whatever, man. No, but fantastic hair. All right, so just a few others here. I just want to talk about. Earlier we talked about George Stacy, Shea Wingham, the father, police captain, hunting Spider-Woman on Earth 65. He did a fantastic job. Greta Lee as Lila Miguel and Spider Society's AI assistant. She was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to do it, man. Andy Samberg as Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider, a genetic clone of Spider-Man from an alternate universe, member of the Miguel Spider Society. I am a humongous fan of Scarlet Spider. Ben Reilly was that guy, right? You love Spider-Man, you love Peter Parker, right? But when they created Scarlet Spider in the 90s, and he had that 90s comic book look.
Yeah.
Did you see that? The difference between them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I started geeking out, man. Just how, dramatic he was the entire time. That's straight pulled from the comics, bro. Because that was, everybody loved him for being so dramatic and being just so, down on himself more than Peter Parker ever was.
We see him, hugging up on a wall or something,
That's
right?
when we first meet him, right? But we also... and that's how he was in the 90s, and that was one of the biggest, greatest attributes about him, why people loved him, but also why people hated him.
Yeah,
because it was dude, okay, it's supposed to be a Spider-Man character. We had Spider-Man characters before. Why the hell is he so serious? Why the hell is he so melancholy all the time? And you get Andy Samberg, and he just kills it.
Yeah.
He just kills it the entire time. I really loved him in this character, and his exposition through everything that he does. Straight out of the comics. Let's talk for a second, man, about this, okay?
What's up?
You remember the first one? And it was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
So rich in color. It was so you were so enthralled, and you were just you're just in the movie. I felt like literally every scene was a comic book come to life. We watched Watchmen, the movie, and that's a live action comic book come to life. we've even seen live action movies where they have little thought bubbles or things at the bottom here.
Yeah.
This takes it another step forward, even from the first movie, man. The cinematography, the camera work, everything that is done in this movie, man, they just like up it tenfold.
Yeah, and then making all the characters work together from different variations of the dimensions, right?
Exactly.
You got all these different colors, these different textures, and they managed to bring them together, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, even with like Hobie kind of being kind of the one that was like the most different.
Yeah.
Right. He always had like these weird blocks around him and rectangles and stuff. He was never cut out like as a person.
Yeah.
He always had a background for himself. And just making that guy fit next to, you know, Gwen Stacy or Miguel, all those guys, made for a really good visual.
Even the you know, the little 1966 Spider-Man or whatever they had there, like he had his own 1967. He had his own look and feel.
Yeah, and he was like 5 foot tall.
He was really tiny.
He was so much shorter than everybody else.
He was really tiny, man.
He tried though. He tried.
Definitely tried. But like, one of my favorite things, obviously the lived-in worlds of Brooklyn was dope. Manhattan was really, really cool.
Yeah.
To look at. We even got the Lego. Not the was it Lego?
It was Lego. Yeah,
that was cute.
Yeah,
man.
that was a Lego scene.
Was that your boy JK behind us? Because it sounded like him.
Oh, that was. I heard his voice.
Yeah, definitely. Unless it was like archived footage or whatever.
Yeah, it could have just been reused vocal.
But that was really cool, man.
Yeah.
This though, when Gwen is talking to her dad, I think that is the best use of like colors and imagery and everything.
Yeah.
Like the first time was great, but that second time,
kicking these cameras.
Kicking the cameras. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're gonna stay.
Okay. I'm gonna put my foot away from the thing. It's good now. It's
all
good.
right, we're steady, guys.
My legs must be growing finally.
Hey man, about time, bro. In the middle of your 36th year, young man, I'm so proud of you.
Finally hitting my growth spurt.
Javi, I'm about to be a real boy. I'm about to be the real Spider-Man. Got him on the wall too, bro.
Yeah, he's over there hanging out.
But that second time, right before she goes into back to Miles Morales' Earth, there was distance between them, and there was that father-daughter, but there was that hate between the two.
Yeah.
And that changed real quick. And like the colors followed them.
Yeah, and it kind of like
it warmed.
Drowned out the walls, right?
Dude, it was so cool. Yeah.
It was like flowing down the walls, like as her emotions were changing.
Yeah.
It was changing colors and like really blurring out everything but them two.
Yeah.
Right. It was I guess it was kind of to show that they're the two in that conversation and nothing else outside of that really mattered, which and
then
did
like,
notice and looked awesome.
Yes. And then when they hugged, it brightened up, man.
Yeah.
You know, it was just them two, and the whole background was just like this bright, beautiful portrait where like, yeah, he knows he probably shouldn't have pulled a gun on his daughter a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But he did it because he's a cop and that's his duty. And he's changed.
Yeah.
And she's more understanding of her father now. And I think her father's more understanding of her. And I just love those moments, man. That was the most beautiful scene in the movie to me. Like, it's visually stunning. I also want to talk about, man, we come back to this movie, and I love the opening for Gwen, and she's, you know, rocking out with the drums and everything. But, like, how we open this movie with Miles Morales, man, is some Rakim Brooklyn Born
Yeah.
music, bro, I was just like, yo, they're bugging to start a movie like this, man. This is New York. This is Brooklyn right here. And you get some Rakim out here, bro. I
Yeah.
thought that was the dopest thing ever, man. The music was just fire throughout. Even in like the small moments you felt it. The entire movie is all the music was done by Metro Boomin. There's a couple of tracks that was already like produced, like
Yeah.
the Rakim joint and everything, but Metro Boomin did all the creative music, but also that was accompanied with the score, which was really fire as well, by Daniel Pemberton. These movies and music, bro, do not miss.
Yeah.
Right? It's they accompany each other so well. And being a kid from Brooklyn, you got to have that hip hop, man. And you definitely get that, man. I really do appreciate that. All right, man. Let's talk about themes. This movie kind of expounds upon the first movie as far as, you know, anybody can be behind the mask, and I love that.
Yeah.
We open that world up a lot more. Everybody, go catch Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
You? Me? It's like you needed that scene. The scene was dope. I might go watch No Way Home,
Right.
just to see that scene live action between the three, right? But it also expands upon like, you know, anyone can be behind the mask, but also like living your truth as well, right?
Right.
And that's what Miles is trying to do. Miles is trying to do his thing, and there's people standing in his way. His parents are standing in his way, rightfully so, because he's a 15-year-old kid.
Understandable.
But also, like, mom and dad don't want him to go to New Jersey, right?
Right.
To go to whatever school is that, Princeton. So that's standing in his way, right? Miguel O'Hara and the Justice Society of Spider-Men and women are also standing in his way.
Yeah.
When he just wants to go back and save his dad. Let him do his own thing, man. That's kind of what this movie is about. And where this movie ends up, you're almost like, what are we in for next?
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at like pinpointing what's happening in movies. I knew when we saw his uncle that something was, that he was not on his earth.
Gotcha.
But I didn't see that coming. Like when he's talking to his mom or whatever, I'm like, what do you mean his hair? What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Right? You know who Spider-Man is. What's going on? 'Cause I think Gwen's right outside the entire time, man.
Yeah.
One of the biggest twists that I've seen in a very long time. Highly loved it, man. Loved it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a good twist ending, man. And the theme for this is just being your own person and just coming up and doing you.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, because Gwen's trying to do herself. He's trying to do it as well. But also at the same exact time, the Spot trying to do his thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's just trying to be better.
Just trying to be better.
Yeah.
And whatever villainy, superhero, family man,
Tobey
daughter.
Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker. Trying to be better.
The original, man.
Yep.
OG, man. I'm trying to get this pizza.
We get to see him in the movie too, which is pretty awesome.
Bro, can we talk about that for a second, man?
I mean, to get off track there, but
No, man.
it just kind of led that way.
No, I mean, I was going to bring that up right after the theme, but let's just run right into it anyway, man. Like, we get so many moments in this movie in the Spider Society Hall of Nuevo New York, whatever.
Yeah.
One, what the hell are we seeing Childish Gambino as the Prowler? Yes. Right? That was so left field. I totally forgot. I just watched Homecoming and forgot about it.
And you know, something I was thinking, like, and then we see him, is as we're going through the movie, I'm like, you know, they're traveling to different universes. How does a human look in this universe?
Well, we now know.
Like Childish Gambino, apparently.
Let me just sit there like with his gauntlets and everything.
So you literally just look like you look like in your dimension.
Yeah, yeah. But even the flashbacks to all the Spider-Man, we also even get like Spider-Man from the Marvel game that came out in 2018, right? We get so many different variations. We get the Toby. We get, did we get Holland?
I don't remember seeing Holland. We
remember
saw
seeing-
Garfield.
Saw Garfield.
I don't remember seeing Holland in that one.
Saw old Seabiscuit guy.
And the rights to Holland.
didn't secure those in time from old Disney. Understandable. But so instead of Holland, we got Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
So Donald Glover. So really dope, man. All right, team. So that's our conversation about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. JV, talk to me, man. What are your thoughts and ratings about this movie here?
I really enjoyed the first one. Did you like the first one?
I love the first one.
Yeah, it was. Good time.
The first one was very. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
The first one, I shed a tear.
Oh, okay. Just one tear though.
Well, gee, man.
Yeah, just one tear. I don't know what that joke's ever gonna.
Get back in there. What you doing, man?
Yeah, you get the second one. The first one's already out. The second one needs to get back in there. I enjoyed the first one, and I love how we pick up, but we very quickly go through the kind of the recap.
Yeah.
Right, real quick recap. And we didn't even talk that much about it. It's just moving on. We saw the different characters all over the place. Everything looked beautiful. Enjoyed seeing, once again, all these Spider-Men working together. Pretty awesome. This one get a 4 out of 5 buckets for me this week. Enjoyed the music and, all these actors, these voice acting, just where it needed to be, man.
Yeah.
It was great. What about you, man?
All right, man. So like I said, the first one I got emotional and shed a single tear. I just wasn't expecting that movie. I wasn't expecting it to be so well written, man. I literally thought they were making a movie for kids.
Gotcha.
And that was that.
You know,
what I mean?
it was just another part of the multiverse.
I had no clue.
Yeah. I love how they mentioned Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And they do mention that other little kid, right? They do mention Tom Holland, but not very specifically.
Yes.
Anyways, go ahead.
Couldn't get the rights. Couldn't get the rights, man. But for this one, man, it was a tighter script, and you really felt the struggles that Gwen, Miles, were definitely going through, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, right? I don't want to just see a superhero just kind of go in there and save the day and never have any issues, right?
Yeah.
That was always the hang up with Superman, right? Like, oh,
Gotcha.
he has nothing ever going on, right? That's why people flock to Batman more, because he's at least, an emotional human being that has been going through stuff here, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man's the same exact way like Spider-Man, like Batman. You go through things as a human for us to relate.
Yeah.
And that's what I love seeing on screen. I love seeing the representation. I love seeing the world building and the expanding, but also bringing back Peter B. And like his parents and everything. I thought that was really, really dope. The visuals were outstanding. The story was phenomenal. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, man. This is a 5 bucket of popcorn movie, man.
So.
I will say this, man. When Gwen gets the watch thingy from her dad and she goes, don't sleep on that part.
Yeah.
Okay? You fall asleep, you'll miss it. It's quick. Because a lot happens in a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Where it's setting up for the next one. The next one, titled Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So don't sleep on that part, man, because it comes at you really, really quickly there.
Also, the portal it made, really dope.
Yeah. I love how she also took out Ben Reilly. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in the alley. Now I'm in the alley. What's happening in the alley? There's some weird noises.
Yeah.
And then she kicks his ass.
Some weird noises.
Really dope. All right, team, thank you for subscribing to this week's episode, talking through Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Next week, we will be discussing Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Catch that in the theater near you.
Like always, I'm Clyde Smith. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as I'm Clyde D. Smith.
I'm Javier Villalobos. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Like always, keep watching. I got no funny quips.
Yeah, that's
this week. I know you were waiting for something. You were waiting for something.
I wasn't sure where it was going.